Happy Sunday, everybody. Pokemon TCG, both single cards and sealed product, is slipping down in price, and the whole phenomenon seems to be accelerating. Let's dive in. Now, not everything is going down in price. We're just on TCG Player, always looking at tons of things here, a good mix of cards. I'm not even going to look at Journey Together because we did a pretty extensive look at that just yesterday, and if you want to go check that out, head back to my channel page and select that video because I went through all the Journey Together. It was a beautiful sign to see that almost all of that entire set, both sealed and single prices, are coming way down in price after the initial FOMO that was going on in the early pre-sales and upon release. Now that we have these announcements for reprints on popular sets like Prismatic Evolutions, and even possibly, we could see a little bit more 151 hitting the market, things are starting to come down, and they have been for a little bit here, at least trending that way, and I think we're going to see that continue on. Some of these actually surprised me at the amount in which they've come down, so let's jump into them here. We are starting out with the one that set us off on this boom here, the Surging Sparks booster box. It wasn't exactly the booster box, but more so the set overall that was really putting us into this horrible wave of crazy inflated prices. You look at the 6-month trend, and it looked like it just skyrocketed up, but now over the past 3 months here, we can see it's really coming down from that 265 high down to 245. Still a lot for a booster box this new, but good to see it's coming down. And the reason that's still really high for a set this new is because we don't know when the next wave, the next reprints are going to be happening on this. And there's a lot of new people to the hobby since Pokemon Pocket, since Surging Sparks. There's a lot of new people to the hobby, and they're all learning for the first time that scalpers are a part of it. Scalpers were jumping in on this because they saw that entry into the hobby, the popularity was growing, so they all came back in, whether they were a part of it originally at a previous wave or they're newfound to the hobby in their scalping ways. And all of that kind of culminates into these crazy spiked prices where people who've been doing this for a little while look at 245 and say, no way, they haven't even reprinted yet. Let's wait till they reprint before we start going insane on some of these prices. So there's a lot to come here. You have another year, 2, 3 years of prints coming out on some of these sets here. Blooming Waters Premium Collection. This was kind of the last-ditch effort for Pokemon 151, although there are whispers for a reprint coming. I don't know about that one for sure. We'll have to see. This one got up to like $130, $140 for the box when it was a $60 box. Hit Costco's. Everybody was fighting over them. Then you had the regular stores holding them and then selling out instantly that day upon opening. People losing their minds over this. Difficult to obtain for sure, and it took a little bit of luck and a little bit of diligence and mostly patience. It took patience for a lot of people to look and find these Blooming Waters collections, but now a little bit more patience might tell you that this isn't going to be at that $130, $140 range forever. We're already down to now $124 and some change here. That's still not great. That's still not great because, you know, it's a $60 box. We're still over 100% on top. Just to obtain it right now. So, will they have more of these? I don't know. Is it worth it? That's up to you. I don't think it is. When you break it down per pack price on the other products, it kind of evens out along the lines of any other 151 product. But it is coming down. That's good to see at least a little bit. A Prismatic Evolutions Elite Trainer box here. Pokemon's crazy set that made everybody nuts and changed a lot of hearts, I think. It really did because it got people so insane that many people who've been doing this a while, like myself, plenty of others, Dr. Applesauce, Legendary Lee, there's plenty of other collectors out there who are seeing this and going, hang on, I don't have to be a part of the craziness. I can be patient. And now we have an announcement of reprints coming. That might be this recent downturn, but I really think it was just leveling off and starting to cool off anyway, because we have a new focus for Journey Together, a new focus for Destined Rivals. There's always another set, folks. There's always another set. 128 on the ETB. I'm going to speed things up here a little bit. Charizard EX out of 151. We spiked out here. Oh my gosh, 293. We got almost to 300. Now we're down under 250 at 247 for the Charizard EX out of 151. It's losing value. I see people trying to sell it sometimes, and they still think it's a $300 card. It's not. I'm sorry. You got to play the reality card and realize the market here. Umbreon EX, this is beautiful here. For a card that's so expensive, got up to $1,600 and so new, really. It was just wavering in that $1,500 to $1,600 range for a while here, and now it's really just dropped off. People are getting a little bit more sense about it, and you know, 14.50 is still a lot. However, you got your prices at about $13.50 here, so it's getting to the better direction. Let's call it that, because that's not a better price. It really isn't, but it's the better direction of going down. Mew EX, this one surprised everybody how fast it peaked here into the 400 range, 420, geez, 421 or whatever. It was, you know, it was expensive as it was, but I don't know if it was worth that kind of price. I think I called that out a while ago, saying I don't think it earns that 400 slot for price range. 330 seems a little too hot to me still, but you know, that 325 price, okay. We're headed the right way, folks. We are headed the right way. Hey, here's one that a lot of people can afford. This is the promo card out of a ETB from the, oh my gosh, Prismatic Evolutions. That's what we're doing. The Eevee promo. Not the stamped version. The stamped version also, I think, has come down a little bit, but still holding tight because those boxes are a little bit more exclusive. Had this come crashing down and then a little pump back up into the $12 range. Now we're down to its lowest point yet at $10.70 for the Eevee promo. That's a little bit more manageable. I don't even have one of these. I do have the stamped promo sealed, so it is in there, but okay, it's kind of part of that package deal. I'd like to get this separately as well. And you know what? I might have to go pick that up at this point for this price, because I haven't been able to get an ETB, and you know, the next wave coming, maybe it will, maybe it won't affect this price. It's a really cute Eevee card. You can't argue with that. The Costco Pokemon 151 mini tin set here. So you have a set of 5. There's another box with the other 5. And I believe they are that specific. I don't think they're random 5 tins. I think it's the 10 tins between 2 packs if you were able to get them. These were retailing for about $40. I think a little bit less. What is it? Yeah, I think it was like $40. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong there. Put that in the comments down below. But this tipped up to 145, and now the low point was 82. We're sitting around almost 90 here. So it did come down a little bit, and yes, it's 151. If they don't do this again, then we're probably going to see this start to grow, hopefully slowly, in a little bit more manageable way. That's the way the hobby should grow, that over time people pick it up, some will open it, some will keep it sealed, and then you see that the quantities are going down over time, slowly. The availability is dwindling, and that's what raises the price. All right, but this insane scalper demand, not worth it. Not worth it at all. Pikachu EX out of Surging Sparks, the set we started with, the one that blew us all up here. Look at that wonderful trend from January, coming from that $490 price, coming down, 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 and we are under $400. Under $400. That's fantastic. So last with sales, $398. Excellent. Excellent to see that. And it's excellent to see you here. If you are feeling it, I'd love for you to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, because I'm giving away a Brilliant Stars ETB. Once we reach 5,000 subscribers, I'm also going to be giving away 5 Pokemon mystery card lots. All you got to do is be a part of the channel, like I said, and take that extra step. Go over to this video here. Leave an additional like and comment on that video. That is the one where I'm going to be pulling the comments from for official entries on that giveaway once we reach 5,000 subscribers. And I think we can do it. I think as the prices are going down, maybe this channel can grow up. And with your support, that is possible. It could have easily been the flooded popularity of Pokemon overall, the evolution rise coming with Prismatic Evolutions, and everybody turning back to Evolving Skies and going, oh my gosh, greatest set of the Sword and Shield era. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. I think it probably lands in that spot. But difficult pull rates, all of that. It's nice to see that the packs are coming down. Of course, people are getting skittish about loose packs. We're at $21 on this one, and loose packs are a little bit dangerous in my opinion, so I wouldn't really dive headfirst into that. Maybe a vendor you could trust, a local card store you could trust. Magikarp out of Paldea Evolved, this one really started spiking up and then held for a little bit. I mean, a couple weeks it held in that 275 range. Now we're back down to 225, lost $50 in just about a month. Wow, that is great news. It's a good card. It's a fantastic artwork. I can't argue with that, but it's an illustration rare. I don't think these should be pushing beyond like the $100 range very often. And if they are, the pull rates should be improved on these sets, that they don't have to exceed that. It's shiny cardboard, you know? I mean, they're literally printing a new type of currency when you think about it. Pokemon cards have become a currency. And that's a little bit disheveling for the hobby, for the franchise, and for how people experience it. When I think back to my childhood, I never in my wildest dreams thought that this would be an investable hobby. I really didn't think that. I mean, I had a different sense about it than my friends. I was so picky about the condition of my cards. Everybody was just, oh, using them. I treated everything like gold. And for whatever reason, that stuck with me, and I was a really hard hustling trade king with my friends. I would really push. I'd throw as much bulk as I can for a decent pull against them, and that tactic worked for me many times. I did complete my base set, my jungle set, my fossil set, and most of the rocket set before I finally got out of the hobby. However, all my friends got rid of their stuff, garage sales, toss it out, whatever, and I held on to it. And I had that box sealed, packed, taped, ready, go. Oh my gosh, in my closet growing up, I knew there was something to that I was going to hold on to it. It was probably like kids in the 80s with Garbage Pails Kids. The only thing that was different was I was right. This franchise did work out. So kind of lucky in that, thinking they were going to be something. And I'm one of the few who was able to hold on to it and really cherish that childhood memory. I don't think that same experience goes on for children these days. It's a money grab, and it's kind of gotten a little bit sickening to see it that way, that the high-end pulls shouldn't be crazy. They just shouldn't be this insane. It should be obtainable that a kid who came into the hobby with Paldea Evolved has a chance of completing it without spending a fortune. You know, it'd be nice to see. I mean, can you imagine your first introduction to the hobby being Prismatic Evolutions? My oldest is getting very interested in Pokemon cards and seeing my setup and always wanting cards. I don't know if I want her to get into this mess, because there's going to be severe disappointment when it's not working out. So maybe if we can build a binder and go off the singles and then get the ones that she likes, that'd be a good way to go. We got the Charizard EX out of Obsidian Flames. This thing sat at like 30-40 bucks for a long time, and now I'm seeing the booster box has gotten crazy. But it's wonderful to see that this one peaked at $83 recently here, and now we're coming down on a steady decline, a little ups and downs. This is more market manageable here, going up and down. We're at $61 on this. I think that's a good pickup for being the chase card of the set. Not too horrible there, considering it's less than your Bulbasaur out of Stellar Crown. Look at that. We're sitting at $56. Okay, so this listing up here is higher, but it's actually coming in a similar price here. $56. We did have a high point over 70, so nice to see this one coming down. Keep going down, Bulbasaur. It's at that price where it's like, do I want to spend it or do I want to risk it and open some Stellar Crown and kind of have the enjoyment of the pack opening experience in hopes that I could pull a Bulbasaur? I was extremely lucky to pull not one but two of the Squirtle cards, so that was just pure luck in my few packs that I've opened. And to get the Bulbasaur would be a nice little completion with the Charmander promo from Obsidian. The Greninja EX is where I'm going to end it, because this thing needs to end its crazy spike, and it did. $410. I've been griping on this one for almost a year now, so and it could have been just my naivete, I guess, for the hobby and how crazy these cards can get upon launch. But this one really took a long time to not be slowing down. It was just growing, and then it shot up, and now it's starting to slow down, but still pretty high price at $372. In comparison to Prismatic Evolutions and some Surging Sparks, yeah, I get it. It doesn't feel like it's as crazy, but that's still a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And it's good to see that the money can be used elsewhere, or you can hold out a little longer and have some of these big chases, the simple cards, some of that product finally coming down in price. And now you can bring that price all the way down to zero. I'm giving away this Brilliant Stars ETB completely free, shipping around the world, whatever we need to do. I want to get it to you, one lucky subscriber. Also 5 Pokemon mystery card lots to 5 additional winners. I think one prize is nice, but such a big prize for one person is kind of annoying to me. It's annoying to me. I see these other channels giving away some really cool stuff, and it's all for one person. Like, your odds are terrible. I'd rather have a handful of people get something out of it, so that way we can increase your odds by getting in the running there and see what we can do. But be a part of the channel. It's really easy. You got to like, comment, and subscribe. I go through exactly what you need to do a little bit earlier in the video, so check that out and be a part of V-Rule. I do post 7 days a week, and with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.